हेलो फ्रेंड्स, आज की वीडियो में हम एमएस एक्सेस के बारे में देखेंगे। ये आपके कंप्यूटर स्किल टेस्ट एग्ज़ाम में हेल्पफुल रहेगा। मैंने पिछली वीडियो में आपको इंट्रोड्यूस किया था एमएस एक्सेस के बारे में। हमने डेटाबेस बनाया था, हमने टेबल बनाया था, हमने कुछ डेटा एंट्री किया था और जो भी डेटा था उसको हमने एक्सपोर्ट किया था एज एक्सेल शीट। ओके, सो आज के क्लास में हम इसी को कंटिन्यू करेंगे। ओके, सो वी विल एक्सप्लोर सम मोर आइटम्स। सो लेट्स open our MS Access. So as I mentioned, if it is installed, if you click here Access, it should come up. If it is not there, you install MS Office, MS Access. Okay, so once you have it, so we had created a database. So if you look here, the database we have mentioned is ASO result, and the extension of the database file is .accdb. The first three letters is from access and then db. Okay, let's see what table we have. Double click it. So this is the table we have, and earlier we used to manually just enter this data here. So you see that this is giving a view of what tables, what database objects we have. अभी हम एक फॉर्म्स का कॉन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे, सो दैट इफ़ समबडी वांट्स टू एंटर डेटा, किसी को डेटा एंटर करना है तो फॉर्म्स लुक्स बेटर एंड इट आल्सो इज़ वेरी मोर यूज़र फ्रेंडली। तो एक यूज़र को जो डेटा एंट्री करेगा उसको थोड़ा आसानी रहता है। तो हम we select the table and then we go and we'll try to see what we can do about it. Go to create, say we go and we create a form out of it. See, if we just create a form out of it, so then you are seeing you have a roll number, name, categories, gender. So whatever records you have, it is already showing as a form. This is the first record. If you go to the second record, this is the second record. Okay, now we want to add a new record, right? So if you click on this icon, you see new blank record. So we have this. In the last class we have shown that we are considering only 4 items. So let us copy that and enter the data in a form. Okay, so if you want to change the view, so you can change the view from here. This shows the design view. You can so the form has a header, it has the details, it has a footer. If you want to edit the header, if you see that whatever we will edit, it will there's a orange border to it. ठीक है, तो suppose हम इसको देंगे final result of ASO 2022 form and we can say data entry. Okay, so let we can call this. अभी हम इसको when we go to the layout view, then we'll see how the look changes. Okay, so let's click here. You see now the header is also changed. So as I mentioned, we can use forms to enter data. So how did we create the form? We simply selected the table and then we went to the create part, and then we have used this form. You can also use form design. So when you click form, automatically a form is created with all the fields in our table, and it is populating the data that we have. Currently 2 records are there, so we can go to the next record. This is the final record that is in our table. Now let us add another record. So let's go here. So what's the value we have? 10023. So when we go to the, so there are three views here: a form view, a layout view, a design view. When you are going to enter the data, you shift to the form view. Okay, give the name. So what we are doing, so in MS Access we created a table, a database. We created a table, we entered few rows manually, we exported it to an Excel. We had, now in this session we are creating a form which will help us enter the data easily. And so we went to the, after, so we went to the third row and we are adding a data. So you go and click. Now let's add one more, then we will go and check if the table itself has these things or not. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. You can play back the video and watch if there is any doubt. If you have any queries, you can also check that again. So in the exam, in the computer skill test, these will be the some of the common things that will be asked for you. Once you are familiar with these basics, then we will follow, we'll go and look at some sample papers also. But for now, before you look at samples, let's cover what we need to know. So let's say final result, data entry form, data entry form. So if in the exam you are asked to give a form name is specified, you need to specify the form name, you do that. Now you see in this navigation window the object, so tables are a database object, forms are a object. So now you have got it. Okay, now let's look at the table and see if our what is the status there. Hang on. Okay, so we have 5 records here. Okay, so let's look at the form properties. Okay, and see, if you go to the dataset view of the table, you see all the 4 records are now available. Okay, it just took some time to refresh. Okay, so whatever data we entered, we earlier it had 2 records, now we added 2 more records. Okay, so in form, this is there. So we will on the next session we will try to okay, now one more thing before we go and start looking into this actual sample papers is, okay, so forms I explained. Now suppose you want to generate a report where you want to list out all those candidates who have actually passed the ASO exam. Now how will you do it? So in the table here, you select the table and you can go and create a report design. Okay, So report is generally based out of queries. So if hang on, let's try to close this and let us go to create and go to report. Okay, so if you just select the default, by default a report is created for you. Now it has all those things where you have everyone who has passed also, right? So what we will do is we will try to create a so what your manager has asked is this: you share a report of all those who are selected. That means all those whose result is passed should come. So for that to happen, we need to have a query, right? So first let's go here and then let's do a query design. So this is the table, so we add this table. Now what we are saying that the result, okay, the result should be a criteria equal to pass. Let's see if this works. Okay, so now let's run it. Pass. Okay, so we got the result, but we need to improve upon it. See what to improve. See, let us remove these things. Okay, so let me so the first thing we want is whoever is the result. So we want their roll numbers, then we want their name, we want their category, and we want their gender, and then we want to have all those who have passed. Now here you have to specify the condition. Now our condition is based on this column result. तो हमें ये देखना है कि किन लोगों ने पास किया है. तो आप क्वेरी, आप टेबल सिलेक्ट कीजिए, फिर क्रिएट पे जाके आप क्वेरी मोड पे आइए. सो व्हेन यू सो क्वेरी डिज़ाइन पे क्लिक कीजिए. सो देन यू हैव आप टेबल को ऐड कीजिए. ओके, क्लोज द टेबल. तो यहाँ पे आपके जितने भी फील्ड हैं, सपोज रोल नंबर ऐड हो गया, ठीक है, फिर आपका नेम ऐड हो गया. जो भी आपको रिपोर्ट में दिखाना है उसको पहले आप इस क्वेरी में सिलेक्ट स्टेटमेंट जैसे होता है, आप ऐसे इसको क्या क्या आपको दिखाना है वो पहले सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए. तो हमें ये दिखाना है इन्फॉर्मेशन, और हमें अब एक कंडीशन डालना है कि द रिज़ल्ट शुड बी पास, राइट. तो इक्वल टू वैल्यू क्या है, पास और फेल है. तो हम रिज़ल्ट इक्वल टू, यदि हम यहाँ पे केवल पास लिखते हैं, देखिए तो वो विद इन कोट्स करके आ जाता है. एंड इसको यदि आप SQL में रन करेंगे तो दिस इज़ द SQL दैट इज़ क्रिएटेड. सिलेक्ट कर रहा है, सिलेक्ट व्हाट, सिलेक्ट फ्रॉम द टेबल द रोल नंबर, टेबल डॉट नेम, टेबल डॉट कैटेगरी, टेबल डॉट जेंडर, टेबल डॉट रिजल्ट फ्रॉम द टेबल वेयर फाइनल डॉट रिजल्ट इज इक्वल टू पास. तो ये आप बेसिक SQL क्वेरीज ये बन गए आपकी. ओके, सो दिस इज़ आवर क्वेरी नंबर 2, राइट. सो हम क्वेरी 1 को डिलीट कर देते हैं, क्लोज करते हैं, नो, एंड से दिस क्वेरी वी वांट टू सेव. व्हाट यू वांट टू सेव इज सिलेक्ट पास और सिलेक्ट क्वालिफाइड, सिलेक्ट क्वालिफाइड, ठीक है. तो ये सिलेक्ट क्वालिफाइड, यू सी दिस इज अगेन ए टाइप ऑफ डेटा विद अपडेट. सो सिलेक्ट क्वालिफाइड इज देयर. नाउ व्हाट वी नीड टू डू इज, सो व्हेन यू हैव the query in place, when you have the query, then you can hang on. So you go to the table, you select the query. Now we will open the okay. Now go to this SQL mode, or you go to the data sheet, go to the SQL mode, and then you can run this SQL. Okay, so in the design mode and in the SQL mode, you can basically execute this query. Okay, so let us run. So now you see all those who are passed, that is coming. Now you want to share a report out of it. Now select this query, and then you go and you create a report. So now you see, this is the report which your boss had asked you, that you prepare a report of whoever are qualified. So, and the header should be say ASO 2022 result. Okay, so this is how, and you can and yeah, so this is how your report is created. When you go and you save it, it is asking for what is the report name, then you say ASO results report 2022. Now ASO qualified, we can say, right? So you have tables, you have queries, you have forms, you have report. I have tried to introduce you to these basic concepts which will be asked in your exam. So just go through the video again, and going forward I will try to show you. I will try to gather some previous year samples, and we will try to solve it online and share the videos. Okay. Thank you and have a great day. Hope you like it.